1 2 1 2. Okay, I've been really slack giving you decent videos with workflows recently. I've just been giving you my philosophy on what's going on. So I'm going to quickly give you Bernini and how I'm using it. Now, for me, it's perfect. I really like it. It's an I to V. It's got so many features, as you can see here. But once you get into the video editing features of it, I'm not really using it for any of those. I have tried them, but it's a bit hit or miss. It does work, but the trouble with it is with the video editing, it takes ages. And so I'm not really interested in that myself. And what I'm using this for is the first stage, mainly is, I'll leave the video stuff in there, but it's mainly running the first stage videos for music videos, because you can get 5 seconds. It's a WAN based model. ByteDance, I think it was, I can't remember exactly who did it, but they launched a version a few weeks ago, but then revoked it for some reason. Now I was using the low and high GUF models, but as I've said in one of the posts, GUFs are going to be disappearing. Comfy UI don't like them, and there's good reason why they're not that good. So there's going to be alternatives to it. So I'm going to start leaning into not using GUFs where possible. And since ByteDance also revoked their launch of it, they left in place the R version, which you see here, which is the FP8 scaled. And FP8 will work on your low VRAM machines like my 3060 12GB VRAM, and 32 system RAM, as long as you keep up to date and make best use of dynamic memory, which I am now doing and will be doing as much as possible. So there is the speed up lowers. I'm just using the settings that I found. I can't recall. There'll be some info in there where I got this from. I haven't touched these settings. I did add in these, which came from Kijai's recommendation, and they help speed it up as well. Haven't touched this other than occasionally to change the seed number. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention is the WAN MOE K sampler. You can get it from here, or you can get rid of it and put in a dual sampler, 2 samplers as usual, WAN 2.2 model, which is basically is. But what this does is it'll run it, both models through the one sampler, saves the hassle. And that's another reason why you need this, because you need to clear it out. When I first was getting those BSODs last time, it started here, but that just revealed the problem, because it wasn't clearing the memory down between samples. So if you get problems with that, like your memory can't handle it, then split this to 2 samplers in the usual way that you would do with WAN 2.2. And I won't explain that here, but yeah, I forgot to explain that node and what it's doing there and where to get it from. So that should sort you out. And why I've gone back to WAN, incidentally, is there's many reasons. It was just time to revisit WAN because the memory's working better, dynamic memory in Comfy UI, and I'm glad I did, because a lot of good stuff's in there that we can use, like SCAIL-2, and I'll talk more about that. But yeah, I just like this for structure and the prompting, but I've talked about that, so that'll do. The Bernini conditioning, you'll have to install that. You can change that. 81 is the standard WAN. It's 16 frames per second. Result, but what I do is put it through this, and I've saved it in here for you. You'll need to install Rife. This is so that everything I do here I then take to LTX, so I want it at 24 frames per second. And the way you get to 24 frames per second is you interpolate it times 3. That gets you up to from 16 frames per second to 48 frames per second. Excuse me. And then you drop every second image, or you save every second image, and that takes you back down to 24 frames per second, and that is what I save out. And it runs at the same motion speed, so what you get there is 5 seconds. If I want 10 seconds, which is what I tend to do with LTX, then I'll change that to 161 and fire that, but obviously it doubles the time. And 5 seconds I use for music videos, and I've been using this for the Blackmagic video, so which is one of the last shot here, which is for the Blackmagic video. Now, you don't get perfect quality. What you get is good prompt use and structure, and I've been fiddling around with that, and I've left some info in there just to give you a bit of a guide on what works and ways I've figured out to work it. Bernini is pretty good at reference images too. So you can put them in there and really just fiddle around and see what works for you. There's a lot more scope to it, and I've not really played around with it, but I will be in the future. One of the slight issues with it is it's only 832, or as you see here, max reference max size 848. It's got a limitation. I think 480p is its max, but I really like it, and it's faster than other WAN models, and I can't remember the reasons why. I've got some notes on it. I might put that in the post as well. And it's really straightforward, and I really like it. And that's probably all you need to know. I don't think there's anything else in there other than the memory cleanup, which I use all the time to stop my RAM filling up and falling over after each run. That's about it. I will be posting more SCAIL-2 next, which has been very interesting. But yeah, I'll do that next time.